We are back
in this bit like we never left.
Rise and grind, folks. Guys, I'm on the way to an existing maintenance customer. This customer has 2 furnaces and 2 AC units. We've been out here before for the first floor AC and the first floor heat for maintenance. I think the first floor AC, we had to come out and add refrigerant this past summer, but we don't have any history of anything being done to the second floor heat or AC. This customer called yesterday and said that the second floor heat stopped working. So let's go take a look and let's see what we find, folks. I'll see y'all when I get inside. All right, guys. This is a horizontal. Looks like a Rheem. No more than an 80,000 BTU. Might be a 60 or 70. But I want to show you guys something here. Call for heat. That's not good. This motor is finito. Now, I don't have to test for power. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But I have to get the model on serial, and we gotta call in a new motor. I'll be back. All right, guys. We got our new motor. And I gotta be careful where I step. I don't wanna go through the attic here. But yeah, guys, for reference, hold on, let me turn this so y'all can hear it. For reference, if a motor sounds like this, if you're on a maintenance, I don't care if the heat is still working, if you're on a maintenance, any noisy motors is a clear indication that that motor is on its way out. Of course, you want to make sure nothing's stuck in the motor. That'll be the first giveaway. But if there's no debris or nothing stuck in the motor and it's loud, that's something that should be in your report, and this is something that should be replaced. Pretty sure it sounded like this when it was running, but the years and years of wear and tear builds up, and then eventually windings burn out and motors start running. So, but in this case, I'm pretty sure something in this motor probably opened up the windings, and I'm actually surprised that it works if you lift it up. But all right, let me get what I need. I gotta get my extension bit, and let's get this old motor out. I'll be back. All right, guys, got my inducer out. This motor has seen better days. Let's put our new one in. I'll be back. All right, guys, got the new motor in, and due to how old this furnace is and the fact that this inducer motor probably had tons of crud in it, I'm just going to replace this pressure switch. What is this, a 0.30? I got another pressure switch there. Let me pop this in. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I did the maintenance, cleaned the sensor, spark rod looks good. Customer's taking care of the filter. We got a new motor, new switch in. Now we're gonna go downstairs and look at the first floor unit. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we have officially made it to the third quarter. Let me turn this unit off. And guys, both of these units are 20 plus years old, similar to the AC units. So the customer knows that maintenance is the only option on the heater AC unit once you get past, or really in general, you got to get maintenance, but specifically once the furnace or AC unit reaches that proverbial 10 to 12 year mark, is usually what you can't see that's going to cause a bunch of issues. And that's what I explained to the customer when we came out here last spring for the AC. So now he knows maintenance is going to be the best way to to stay on top of future breakdowns. But all right, guys, let me move some stuff out the way and let's get to it. I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is the bigger unit of the two. This is what, 80% Rheem. What are the BTUs? This is a 2007, so what is this? 18 years old. And if I had to put money on it, I know this thing is at least 70K BTU, actually 100. Interesting. All right, let me clean the burners off. I think we replaced that filter, or the customer said he replaced the filter less than 2 months ago, but I'm gonna check that in a second. There's a bunch of dust flying around here. All right, let me do what I do here and clean these burners. And I wanna check the flame sensor. I'll be back. Now, a few videos ago, I mentioned to you about the ups and downsides of servicing trained 90% units. Now, Rheem, it's your turn. It's time to step into the light. Guys, with these 80%, you guys seen me do the horizontal Rheem unit upstairs. With these Rheem 80% furnaces, getting to the flame sensor, I never understood the engineering behind this. Guys, to each his own, whatever tool you use, as long as it can get you what you need without spending a bunch of time, go for it. Now guys, with these 80% Rheem furnaces, you're gonna need a long 1/4 inch nut driver, and this can get me where I need to go. Plan B, you could technically clean this flame sensor without removing it, just by taking the lid off. But if you take the lid off, which is what I did just to show you, you're gonna need a right angle drill bit. But regardless of what tool you use, the common denominator is, why would they put the manifold so low? I don't understand it. I don't deal with Rheem, we only service them. But hopefully with the new 80% units, they fix this problem, but it is what it is, guys. What do I know? I'm just the guy that fixes this stuff. But that flame sensor definitely looks like it needs some TLC. Let's get to it. I'll be right back. All right, guys. My spark rods and my flame sensor can both use a good cleaning. But while I'm at it, I'm gonna But all right, guys, let me clean this off. I'll be back. All right, guys, everything is rocking and rolling. Now, let me reverse engineer the process. And let's put this back together. I'll be back. All right, guys. You hear me say inducer ports, you gotta check them. Look at that. Get yourself some thermostat wire. And go all the way to the back. This could have certainly caused a no heat situation. That looks better. See that? Night and day difference. All right, guys, what I'm gonna do, I gotta put the doors on and I'm gonna check the filter. Give this one more time. But let me put the doors back on. I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is a 16 by 20. Is this filter new? Nope. Will I trust this for another month? Probably not. Let me go get another filter. I'll be back. All right. Got my new filter. Let me put this in. I'll be right back. And there you have it. No heat call, second floor. Found a bad inducer motor. Replaced the inducer motor. Pressure switch. Did the maintenance. First floor. We avoided a no heat call by doing the maintenance on this unit. Cleaned the inducer port, cleaned the sensors, cleaned the spark rod, replaced the filter, and now this customer is good to go. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.